Hey Chris, Jessica Peterson here. I appreciate you speaking with me yesterday and accepting this free video. I'm super excited you did because today I am going to show you 3 strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for your business. And I know that it will because we've used these exact same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and it's made a huge impact on their business. Right now, you guys have 0 organic traffic coming to your website. So you're missing out on hundreds of potential traffic and over 60% of the available jobs every single month by not having these strategies in place. So please feel free to take this information, use it, apply it today, and start driving that traffic and bringing more people and being able to help more people in your community. Okay, so today our 3 main strategies. We're going to be talking about your content keyword strategy, we're talking about citations, and backlink SEO. Okay, so we are here on your website. You do have a good looking website. Okay, you have the basic fundamentals that you need. We just need to tighten this up a little bit. Okay, content is key. We do need a ton of content, but you don't want just any type of content, okay? So it's got to be content that is helpful for your customers and helpful for Google's algorithm. We don't just want to write to Google's algorithm, but we also want to make sure that we are able to capture the right keywords so they can be indexed and Google can send you customers, right? Okay, so with that, Google does require having separate pages for each of your major services, and you guys have tons of pages, so this is great. Having these pages is amazing as long as you have good quality content on all of these pages. Google wants you to have these separate pages so that you can take this page and devote it to that one specific service. You could, for instance, the water damage, you could be talking about the different types of water intrusion and the processes you use to rectify the situation. Answer the most common questions of your customers, okay? Real good quality content, not just the generic type stuff, okay? Google wants it to be beneficial to your customers. It needs to help them, okay? So you have the basic fundamentals in place. Let's see, is this click to call? It is. That's awesome. You got click to call going on. I would replace this with a form, because when you do have people coming to your website, you want them to actually convert when they get there. So the click to call and an easy to use form at the top is going to help with that. Here we have a little bit of content here, written content. I guess these are all a bunch of links. So this is kind of overdoing it. While you do want to have some links back to other pages, you don't want your page to be full of links. Okay, it needs to make sense. So that's overkill here. It's kind of like keyword stuffing with your links. Now, let's see. When it comes to content comes in many forms. It can be videos, it can be images, and your written content. Now we want to make sure that every single image throughout your website is optimized with your local keywords. So, age, restoration, Colorado Springs, restoration services. So there was kind of an attempt there. What we want is local keywords, like, obviously this is a water damage situation here. So you're going to want Colorado Springs water damage, Colorado Springs, water damage restoration, Colorado Springs, okay? Water removal, Colorado Springs. You want those local buyer intent keywords, the keywords people are actively searching for the services you offer. 99% of the time, the customers, when they're searching, have never been in this situation before. They're not looking for your brand name. They don't know who you are. That's not what they're searching. They are searching these keywords. So it looks like you do have an attempt to try and get some of these keywords, okay? But you do have to have the right amount of repetition. All of your content needs to be built around those keywords, keeping in mind people search differently, so you want to capitalize on the different keywords that they use to bring as much traffic as possible. I do love that you have separate service area pages as well. This is highly recommended. That way you can focus a different page for every service for those service areas and drive traffic in those communities. And you do have a good amount of written content. The homepage here is the most important page of the entire website. So you do need a lot of written content here. The homepage should have a summary of all of your major services, focused around the keywords for each, okay? Since you're focused in Colorado Springs, this homepage and all of these pages here need to be based on Colorado Springs. And then those other service area pages will need their own unique keywords for those areas. Looks like you have daily blogs. Blogs are great. They don't need to be done daily. A couple a month, depending on your competition. I did notice, I did scan through these pretty good. Long form blogs can be really helpful. Those are going to be over 1,500 words. And you do have some interlinking between blog articles, but the purpose of this is not just to be informational to your customers, but is to help you index and rank your keywords for your services on your back pages. So you not only need to be linking to other blog articles, because interlinking tells Google that all of those blogs are related together. We also need to relate it to your water damage page, okay? And you need to be using those local keywords, not these national. So the blogs are a good start, but they're kind of missing the most important aspects. And also there's no authority. So these blogs don't have any authoritative resources or anything. So having authoritative resources in there is going to help you as well. So Google is sending crawlers to your website and it's scanning all of your pages, blogs, images, everything. And it's trying to understand what you guys do, the services you offer, and where. And so having those keywords, the exact match keywords, are going to be critical for you to be indexed so Google can send customers to you. Without having the right type of content, Google's algorithm is confused and cannot send you anybody to your website, okay? If we look at your top competitor in Colorado Springs for water damage, we have ServPro, and yes, they're a franchise, but they're also extremely beatable. You are only competing with the local franchisees, and these guys here, one, only get a couple zip codes that they can serve, and two, they get these generic pages that they're not allowed to edit. So you have the advantage, and all you have to do is better than they're doing. Like I said, your homepage needs at least 1,500 words of content, and if your competitors have more, you need more than they do. So we just have to do better. We need more content, better quality content, more pages, and better blogs, okay? All of those things are going to help you to be able to be more competitive and to be able to outrank these guys. Now we know when your customers do a search like this, we want your website to be the one that's showing up. And there's 3 main spots on the first page of Google that can happen. So this first section here is generally going to be ads. These are your cost per click ads, and then your local service ads here. And these can be really profitable as long as you have your processes dialed in and your foundation set up good. If not, the ROI is just not going to be there for you, okay? Now these next 2 sections are even more important. I guess not more important, but they get more of the traffic, okay? So this section here is your Google Business Profile, the Google Map Pack. You want your profile to be in this top 3 because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So if you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're leaving money on the table and sending those customers to your competition. So you're going to have to optimize your profile and go out and get a bunch of citations, more than your competition. And those citations are just simply listing the name of your business, address, phone number, and website and putting those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Angie's, and Houzz. All of those are great citations to get. So the more of those you get, the more information is being sent to Google about your business, your services, and where you offer them. And so those are pretty huge for your business. And then this third section here, this is the most important. This is the organic section. It isn't so important because 60 to 70% of people will skip over the ads and the maps and they come right here. So your website needs to be listed here for each of your services when they search for them, okay? And when you're not, you're leaving 60 to 70% of the jobs on the table every single month. So in order for your website to actually show up here, it comes back to the foundation of this website, having the right content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with your backlink SEO. Now when we look here, this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to analyze websites. We can see here you guys have a rating of a 1.7 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google doesn't trust your website. And that is partly because of the quality of the website, but more so the power you're sending to your website. Okay, so like all of your tools, your website is a tool. And we send power with backlinks. So you need a lot of backlinks. You need more backlinks than your competitors have. We need to be adding backlinks every month. Now, not all backlinks are created equal, though. This is a popularity contest. So you only want to be going after the good do-follow links that are closely related to your business. So those would be coming from websites of other home service type businesses like plumbers and landscapers and roofers, okay? And when you get more of those good quality links, the score goes up. Google's trusting your website more, and it's going to help promote your website up closer to the top to help people find you online. And then when you have the good content, you'll be able to get indexed for keywords, and you'll be able to get those ranking. So right now, even though you have a good amount of content, there's no keywords. And so you're not being indexed and you're not getting any traffic. So you're missing out on tons of potential customers. If we look at your competitor, their local area has a 0.2. That makes sense because they can't do anything to fix the problem. But because their website is so powerful with a 77, it is able to push power from the main site to these little franchisee locations. And because of that, they've not only been indexed for keywords, but this one specific location in Colorado Springs is getting over 981 people to their website every single month. This is the type of traffic that you could be converting or getting as well. And they're getting that traffic because, as we can see here, they are ranked at the top of Google. There's 10 spots per page, and they're at the very top. The higher you are in these rankings, the higher the percentage of this traffic you're going to get. So generally anywhere from 35 to over 40%. So there's a good amount of search volume in your area for all of your services that you're missing out on by not having these optimizations in place, okay? So are these guys beatable? Absolutely. You can absolutely beat SERVPRO, but you do have to follow these steps I've given you. And when you do, you have the opportunity to dominate, okay? So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to ask any questions you might have, reply to my email, give me a call. We'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.